Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Edge of Eternities Draft here on the channel. Our rare is Pinnacle Star Cage, which isn't really that great in Limited because there's a lot of things that are bigger than mana value 2 or less that you're going to want to deal with in Limited, and so it's not as effective as it would be in something like Constructed. There is, however, a Dubious Delicacy, which is a removal spell I really like. You can use this to kill a creature, and then it gives you something to sacrifice later to help you trigger Void at will. That's quite nice. There is Depressurize as another kill spell for black. I think I'd rather have Dubious Delicacy, though. It's probably pretty close in the end of the day, though. Bruntar's fine. Banishing Light is fine. I know I can't hover over them as long as I'd like. And then there's Galactic Wayfarer, which is really, really nice as well. We're going to take the Dubious Delicacy, though. I think the Galactic Wayfarer is close in power level, but I think the Delicacy being interaction, I like getting interaction early, and I think this one's a really nice one for various synergy pieces. Being able to get the Void at a later date while using your removal spell now is quite powerful. Gaining life can be good, making them lose life can be good, all of the above. So we started off with a black card, so taking more black cards is a good follow-up. Voidforged Titan is the best black card in the pack, I think. 5 mana for a 5/4, and then it can draw you extra cards if you're able to trigger Void. So a card like Dubious Delicacy plays really well with this. You get the Voidforged Titan into play. The following turn, you can sack the Dubious Delicacy if you've used it earlier. There is also a Codecracker Hound, which is a fantastic little card advantage gem at 3 mana as well. I think it's better than the Voidforged Titan, but because I already have the Dubious Delicacy, I will still take the Voidforged Titan, though I think this is a very close pick and probably closer than most people would give it credit for. Moving on to pick 3 now. We now see the best cards in the pack. Honor. Totally reasonable card. 1 mana, put a counter, draw a card. Very nice utility piece, nice synergy piece. At its best, I think, in blue-white, where you're trying to cast multiple spells in a turn, and green-white, where you care about +1/+1 counters, though it's just a fine card in any white deck. There is also a Biomechan Engineer, which is a really nice 2-drop for blue-green, which you can then use in the late game to get extra resources, draw extra cards, make extra robots. You also get a lander at the front end, so that's nice value. There is then a couple of black cards. There's the Virus Beetle, which enters and makes them discard a card. Beamsaw Prospector, which dies into a lander token. I think the best card in the pack is the Biomechan Engineer, but I think we'll just take the Virus Beetle to stick to black for now. This is a very committal card. Both blue and green would have to be open for that to work out in our favor. So we've got 3 black cards. We took the Delicacy. Then we took Voidforged Titan over the Codecracker. Then we took the Virus Beetle over the 2/2 blue-green card. Pick 4, we see Seed Ship Broodtender. So if we're going to play black, this could be a really nice card for a black-green deck. Have we seen indications that green might be open? Not a ton of individually strong green cards. The last pack did have the 4 mana 4/4 Trampler in green. But the only black card in the pack is a Grav Pack Monoist, which would be a little bit... it's not like a huge priority pickup for us. There's also Orbital Plunge as a great red card. Let's take the Seed Ship Broodtender and see if we can get black-green to work. I think Orbital Plunge is really good. I haven't gotten to play black-green yet, though, and it would be nice to get more reps with different strategies. Though, of course, we are staying flexible whenever possible. This pack, the mono-black card, Blade of the Swarm, is totally solid, but I'm a huge fan of the Ilvoy Infiltrator. I think this card's really good, and while we're taking little dabbles here and there, I think Ilvoy Infiltrator is a great card to speculate with. It can absolutely end the game on its own. If they don't answer it, you just start drawing extra cards. Not really on its own, but like it just snowballs the game, so you win the game. There is also Blade if we wanted to stick to black. And then other than that, there is a Slag Drill Scrapper. This card's totally reasonable, but not a huge priority. Wow, that is a late Codecracker Hound. This is why you stay flexible, because Codecracker is really, really a nice card. Getting it pick 6 way later than it should be. There is also a Cav Landseeker, which I like, and then there's a few green cards. The Thawbringer, 4/2, not the greatest body. The Hemosymbic Might, also not my favorite card, but definitely just all these green cards are something to keep a note of. Not a single black card in the pack. So maybe black is getting cut off, but Codecracker Hound is great. I love seeing that. And now we get a little bit of a boon in black. I do think Faller's Faithful is a nice one. And at this point, we are trying to play black pretty heavily. We have these 3 black cards. We kind of are just trying to build a blue-black deck. There is Specimen Freighter, which is okay. It's not my favorite card, but it's totally playable. But I think Faller's Faithful is great. Plays well with the Virus Beetle. And that's a really good synergy. And now we get a Mechan Navigator, pick 8. That's pretty great. There is also the Beamsaw Prospector, which would keep us more flexible in black if we opened a really good green rare or something. 2 of our best cards are these blue cards, though. How much better is Mechan Navigator than Beamsaw? Not that much better, I guess. Especially because we might end up with some synergy. I think I will just take the Beamsaw Prospector. The extra flexibility is certainly nice, especially because we're wheeling Galactic Wayfarer. That's kind of wild to see. So the classic balance of flexibility versus power level. If you've never seen me describe it before, it's kind of like a range. There's on one hand the strongest card in the pack, and on the other hand there's the card that's most likely to make your deck. We have fully committed to playing black at this point, so any black card is 100% likely to make my deck. Whereas a blue card is mostly likely, but not guaranteed. Here we're seeing a lot of late green cards, so this Beamsaw Prospector being guaranteed to make the deck is actually really nice because it gives us another 2-drop, and a black-green deck could actually still be a viable place to be. I think Burst is the best card in this pack. Pretty underrated combat trick, if I do say so. Now, I guess we could take Bygone Colossus. We could also just take Ilvoy Operative. None of these cards are crazy, but I guess we'll just take the blue card to use better signaling, and then we'll get lost in space. So blue could easily be a spot. Blue-green might have even been open if we had taken the blue-green card over the Virus Beetle. Now, in this pack, any black card we take for starters is pretty much guaranteed to make the deck. We have enough black cards that are pretty solid. Faller's Faithful, Dubious Delicacy, Beamsaw, Virus. Black wasn't the craziest open, but we ended up kind of committing to that color. Blue and green might end up being more open, but we'll still make the choice between blue and green. Both of them seemed relatively open as well. Here, there's not a great black card to take. The main considerations are Mouth of the Storm as a top-end flyer, the Lash Whip Predator as a way you can get a nice little discount in. Diplomatic Relations can be really good. This is a really tough pick because all these cards are really similar in power level. Let's take the Lash Whip Predator. I think green, wheeling a Galactic Wayfarer is a really good sign. It means maybe we'll get any other Galactic Wayfarers we see in the pack. Ooh, ho ho. The plot continues. The plot continues to thicken. Seed Ship Agrarian is fantastic and probably just the card we're going to take here. It's super powerful, really, really strong. And if we get enough landers, we could even splash a Codecracker Hound. That's not crazy to consider. There's also a Tractor Beam, which is a really good blue card. So we've kind of been in a spot where there's not a great black card in a lot of these packs. The Beamsaw Prospector is the best black card, not a huge priority. Wormwall Sweeper is maybe even a little bit better than that one. But I like the Agrarian a lot. And then we get another Agrarian. This does make any vehicles we can get, not vehicles, spacecrafts we can get way better, because being able to play this and immediately tap it to make a lander is excellent. It also makes it more and more likely that we can splash, because as you can start to see, we have one way to make a lander token. We have, where are the other ones? We have multiples. This is 2. I guess we only have 2 ways, but we're about to have a 3rd way. 3 ways to make landers is no joke. And then we can get a Diplomatic Relations as a kill spell. Meltstrider Eulogist is great if you have +1/+1 counters running around. We do have the 2 Seed Ship Agrarians, which gets counters, but nothing else in our deck cares about +1/+1 counters. So we're just going to take the removal spell that's going to help our guys do good work. Though it is worth noting, if you are using this with a Seed Ship Agrarian, you want to attack first, because you do want to make sure it gets tapped to get that lander. Giving it Vigilance is actually kind of a downside for that particular card. Okay, now there is Depressurize. There is also Codecracker Hound. It's not unheard of that we could splash black in this scenario. I think Codecracker Hound is a decent amount better than the Depressurize. So I think we'll just stay the course, stay consistent, keep stick to our guns a little bit here. I think black-green, it's not the greatest color for us because blue-green would probably be more open, but we can always try to splash the one code cracker we already have. We can just get a nice 4/4 here. Or Swarm Color is really nice with all of the potential lander tokens we're making. Just turn those into card draw. Orbital Plunge could be a nice card to splash. Bruntar. So overall, I think this draft is going pretty well. I think we maybe got a little bit too connected. We're not going to play Graveblade heavy, don't worry. We got a little bit too connected to black early on. That is one of the downsides of like taking a couple of like black uncommons and like sticking to the color. But I think we're in okay shape. Unravel, totally fine card, I think. I don't love the Temporal Intervention. Maybe we just take the Monoist Sentry. If we have enough ways to sacrifice it, / maybe something to station with it, could be okay. And then we get a Decode Transmissions, get a little bit of card drawing here. There is a Starbreach Whale, which is a great card, but we're just going to take our good value plays, and then we get an Ice Cave Crasher, just big creature. I don't mind Dark Endurance either, but we already have the Biosynthetic Burst, so don't need to prioritize that. I think this is going quite well. We ended up kind of moving away from blue. I don't like Hilderblade at all, though, so we will just take... I guess Temporal. I don't really like any of these, though. We don't mind passing late red cards, because that's a color we're not considering playing. It's also worth noting that the blue cards we took, maybe just other players don't value them. That could be a factor as well. Well, this is one I've been wanting to get some reps in with. Put a counter on each creature you control. We have currently got 13 creatures, so lots of creatures in this deck. This is a really good top-end card to buff up our entire team, potentially. And there's not any other great options. There's another Diplomatic Relations. We already have plenty of removal spells. We have Depressurize, Dubious Delicacy, one Diplomatic Relations already. I guess we have Shattered Wings as well. I really don't want to try the Atmospheric Greenhouse, though. We'll see how it does. Getting out of the vehicle is really good for the Agrarians. Or not vehicles, spacecraft. And then we do get a Grav kill. There is a Chinook, which could be worth splashing. Just when it enters, you deal a damage, and you do that a second time. You just basically start turning your landers into card draw. But if we get a lot of landers into play, it probably means our Seed Ship Agrarians are doing good work. There is also a Survey Mechan, which is a nice card. I think if this is more of a card where if you're already doing some splashing, you play the Survey Mechan, you don't splash just because of the Survey Mechan. And Grab Kill really does fill a need in our deck. We have plenty of value, plenty of good stuff. We're just getting a nice catch-all removal spell is great. And now there's another Grab Kill. Perfect, perfect. So everything's working out. There is Blooming Stinger. We have 1, 2, 3 2-drops right now, plus a Monoist Sentry. There's also Seed Ship Impact, which is a reasonable card. I think we'll just get another Grab Kill, though. Though Blooming Stinger would be good for this deck. And then we get a Galactic Wayfarer. Perfect, perfect. Splashing definitely would be an option here. We have so many ways to make these lander tokens. But I think we'll just keep taking our value cards. And now, Plasma Bolt's not a great splash. I think we'd rather just get Swarm Color as a way to turn our landers into cards. I also would like a Pinnacle Kill Ship in this deck. I think that'd be a great card. We have so many ways to ramp. You know, I will just take the Pinnacle Kill Ship. I think that's going to be better for us than the Swarm Color. Okay, now we get a Fell Grav Ship. Stomping Ground. There's also this guy, which like lets our guys hit with toughness, but none of our guys are like huge toughness boosts. I guess Swarm Color. And I think Fell Grav Ship's going to be pretty solid. Cosmogoyf. We don't have a lot of ways to put things into exile. We'll just take a Hissing Quagmire, though. Perfect land for our deck. That's a pretty awesome find. And another Void Forged Titan. Don't mind if I do. I think we'll take that over the Swarm color. We already have a few 4-drops. Getting another 5-drops is totally fine. Fits the curve. Plays well with our lander tokens. Similar to the way the Swarm color would. And a 5/4 is quite big. And then we can take this guy's a little bit of life gain. Perfect. I like the worm as well. Get some life gain in there. Also synergy with Void Forged Titan with the warp. We're definitely going to play the sentry because we have enough of ways to use it with stationing and also just getting an extra defensive body when our deck is pretty defensive and doesn't have enough 2-drops really. Perfect. I think Comet Crawler is going to be good for our deck. Give ourselves a little bit of life gain. I don't know if we want 2 of them, but one of them is probably going to make the cut. We can cut the Temporal Intervention. It's important to remember that just because we have all these lander tokens doesn't mean we have to try to splash with them. We can just use them as good value tools to end up with a nice little advantage in our normal deck. So this is 47 cards. We're going to cut Shattered Wings. We got plenty of removal without it. We're also going to cut, I think, Faller's Faithful. We don't have really creatures that we want to kill that are our own. This is much better when you have a lot of cards like Virus Beetle, but we're not really going to be in a spot to use that. We're also, I think, going to cut the Skittermaw. It can be a growing threat, but I think we'd rather rely on Comet Crawler in that role because it can gain us some life. And I think our deck is going to be able to win extended games pretty well. We can also potentially cut the Voidborn, though I do like the ability to gain a little bit of life. But I think in this build, we have plenty of creatures. We all now have the 2 Comet Crawlers, so we don't need the Voidborn as much. We'd rather just use Comet Crawlers to be our stabilizing life gain cards. Decode Transmissions is going to be solid, I think. We have a decent amount of life gain in this deck. Are we an Ice Cave Crasher deck? I don't think so. It's a totally reasonable card. Hits like a truck for sure. But I think we're going to cut it. We already have 3 better 4-drops and a lot of value at the top end as well. I think 1 Swarm Color is good. 17 lands, 15 creatures. The Atmospheric Greenhouse, maybe not the greatest card for our particular deck because we're kind of a defensive shell, but if we can stall out the game, it can be pretty good. I don't know if we want Diplomatic Relations. It is a great card, but we have, let's just do our kill spell count. There is, and we probably still want it. Maybe we don't want Biosynthetic Burst. We'd rather just rely on our kill spells to get the job done in that role. Decode Transmissions is a little bit of extra value. Do we need that, though? I don't think we need the Decode Transmissions. We have plenty of extra card draw without it, and it'll make our games play out a little bit smoother if we don't have it. So we have 15 creatures, so that's a good enough for the Atmospheric Greenhouse. We've got a few things to station up, so this thing's a pretty good addition to the deck. And overall, I think we're going to be in good shape. I'm excited to see how this deck performs. I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people supporting my channel and my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you believe in my mission to help make draft more accessible to everybody so that more people can enjoy this great format, then Patreon is the way to give back to the channel directly and help me make more videos, guides, and sheets that help do just that. You also gain access to some cool rewards when you become a patron, like my card by card tier list and my format thoughts document. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. You're making a huge difference for the channel. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We have to mulligan this hand, not a black source. This hand also doesn't have a black source, but we've already mulliganed once, going down to 5. Pretty unlikely to win. The odds, I think, of drawing a black source are higher than the odds of winning on a mull to 5. I will ditch the Monoist Sentry, because I won't be able to play that on turn 1, most likely. And I have 2 draw steps to find one of my 9 black sources. Or I could find like another forest and then one of my green 3-drops that finds me lands. So I have some outs here. We are actually, normally I would just make this a 4-3. In this particular spot, we're really going to be behind. So I will actually have them make the landers, even though normally I would never do such a thing. Unfortunately, it's not panning out. Sometimes games are like this. That's one of the weaknesses. You can do your best. You can prioritize the lands, things like that. But unfortunately, it's not looking good for the home team. We already mulliganed once. We can't really take 2 mulligans. It just... You lose those games by just running out of cards and things to do a lot of the time. It would be funny if I just drew all black spells and expensive green spells. They are not pressuring me all that much right now. I kind of wish they had played a creature, because then I could play this thing next turn, and it would potentially stick around. But a swamp would be a fantastic draw. And the reason they're doing this on their turn is either they're probably trying to play around one of my void spells. Okay, perfect. We get a land, so now we can play... I think we'll play Comet Crawler over Swarm Color. Just get a lifelinker into play. The extra point of toughness probably won't matter. If they have the ability to deal 3 to it, that's pretty bad, but that's how it goes. Sunstar Lightsmith. Unfortunate for sure. A way to refuel their engines. Yikes. No blocks. Okay, we'll see what we draw. Okay. Let's just play our giant creature that can potentially block the Sunstar Lightsmith, especially when teaming up with the Comet Crawler. None of our removal spells in hand. This has been just a really weak draw overall, and now we will make it a 4-3. They're just going to be drawing so many cards with their Lightsmith. And yeah, we've just been really struggling this entire game. This is an interesting spot, though. If we had played the Swarm Color, we could have, like, double Comet Crawlered on a following turn, potentially. Yep. You hate to see that. Definitely, it would be a good time to draw one of our Grav kills. Though I think this game is pretty far out of reach for us at this point. Play the Swarm Color, play the Beanstalk Prospector. Not the best start to a draft, but there's nothing you can do. These are just some of the games you have to play. Okay, they absolutely eviscerate us. Yeah, let's just... Yeah, we don't need to end... Yeah, let's just end our suffering here. Let's move to the next game. This game is super over. They've drawn 6 extra cards. We couldn't cast a spell for the first 4 turns of the game. We can move to the next game more confident and better prepared. I mean, there's like a thing in Magic where taking all the blame and responsibility for your losses is like really like a good thing to do for your improvement. But when you get to a certain point, there's also you have to recognize that some things are out of your control. Because like it's not like we kept a sketchy hand without deciding to mulligan. We'd already mulliganed once, and it was like, okay, on your second hand you have to keep the sketchier ones. Like again, we're just like getting pummeled by fate, but we have to mulligan this hand because we don't have both of our colors once again. This hand we also don't have both of our colors, but it's the same situation as before, where we have a lot of draws that could get us there. We could draw a forest as well, so I think we're going to keep this one, and then we're going to ditch the atmospheric greenhouse. Because when you're behind, you kind of need your removals a little bit more. And, like, sure, this hand could also just fail to get there, and sure, we could... beautiful, let's go. But, like, you just have to keep your hands and hope that you can get there at the end of the day. Let's play the Galactic Wayfarer. Get ourselves a lander. We can use the Swarm Color to sacrifice it for a card in the future. Sure, we can block this. Change of plan. We are going to play the Seed Ship Agrarian. And when you're against a timeline color, you do want to use your removal spells fairly aggressively. Them having priority there could mean that they have a +2/+0 indestructible card. Swarm Color, sure. So we have two options here. There's the Seed Ship Agrarian. I think that would be too greedy to play that, play land. So let's just attack with our Seed Ship Agrarian. Actually, to play land first. Actually, no, we don't even have to do that. We can just attack with our Seed Ship Agrarian and see what they do. Perfect. So then we can play our second Seed Ship Agrarian and play a land. Now they're both 4/4. So we did one less point of damage, but we got an extra counter on our untapped Seed Ship Agrarian, which I think is better. They're color screwed. This is going to probably be able to kill them next turn. So they're sacrificing this to try and find a land, presumably, of their second color. That's magic, though. That's the Hissing Quagmire saved us this game. Imagine if that had been another swamp, we would have lost. So we're back to 1-1. That's pretty nice. Good little move there in the positive direction. Again, our deck is just very consistent. We can do our thing most of the time. We have a lot of really solid cards. We've got lots of ways to get value. Most of our cards that get us value are cards that affect the board state initially. And then we can just go from there. So the decks that we don't want to face are decks that go bigger in the late game than us. So like maybe a blue-black control deck could beat us. Whoa, both colors. We can keep our opening hand. This is crazy. But yeah, so black decks, depends on what they're pairing it with. Red-black has a lot of value this set. On the play, I do support this play. The idea that you can just play this on turn 1, get the job going, deal 2 to both players. Okay, heavy black. Let's just warp this thing, gain ourselves a couple life back, and then start trying to take over the game with our bigger creatures, 3/3s, things like that. This card does put a lot of pressure. Okay. So we could play this guy, and then if they kill it, it ends badly for us. Or we could kill the Exosuit Savior. Let's do that. And we kill it now so they don't get to trigger Void. Oftentimes when you're behind, killing their creatures is better because then they can't effectively leverage their removal spells as much. Okay, we will discard. I think this lifelink is going to be useful. Let's discard our diplomatic relations. They don't have any good threats right now. Play this. Play our Galactic Wayfarer. They could potentially kill it, but if they don't, we're in good shape. So what is this representing? +2/+0. And then the white combat trick gives +1/+0 in first strike. Though this doesn't seem like the sort of deck that would play that card. So let's just save as much life as possible. It also could just be that they have a void card. Eco transmissions, sure. So either way, we were going to end up 2 life lower. Okay, we're slowly but surely working our way through here. Germinating Worm. I like the Pinnacle Kill Ship. It's looking pretty solid here. Fell Grav Ship, sure. Ooh, they have a 0-point ballad. That would be good to know about if this was best of 3. Oh, synergy. That's really annoying. Wait, what? They didn't want to just get the Fell Grav Ship again? Interesting. Okay. Sure. Play Grav Ship. Ooh, those are some good options now. Oh, those are some very good options. I was initially just going to get the Galactic Wayfarer, but getting a giant reach guy, I'm going to get the Seed Ship, I think. Then Void Forge Titan is also really good. Let's crunch in for 5. And then when they play the Virus Beetle, we'll lose the Forest. I guess I should have remembered that they can warp in this guy, but... yeah. Yikes. So I'm at 9 now. Remember, I can sacrifice this to gain some life, though. Kill the Zool Sun's Adept. And then watch this. We can station this. Actually, oh, this is so close. So they have 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm probably safe. What I really want to do is crew this up, use that to crew this up. Go up to 12. Then it's really hard for me to imagine them beating me. Especially because I'll then have 2 really big spacecrafts in play, and this can deal 3 to them. So they have to get like... oh, that does throw a wrench in things slightly. Though Sea Chip Brood Tender can bring it back now. Okay, I will do that. Do I want the... yeah, I think I want this giant spacecraft. To kill their flyer. They have to chump block with the beetle. And then I'm in really good shape here. Definitely a very interesting game, but now my life total is pretty stable. Night Luminary, sure, that gives them a chump blocker, though it's not a... oh, they're warping it. Oh, I guess they're using it to crew that thing up, okay. Sure. Sure. Okay. Yeah, they realize that they're dead on board. Because what I can do is I can sacrifice my artifact to make them lose 3 life. So this puts them to 5. And then I station this up, hit them for 7, they're dead. Nice little win there. We have a positive record, which is awesome. You'll love to see it. And we're moving into round 3. I think there was that really tough choice when we were deciding what to get back with our spaceship. I think getting back the 2-drop was pretty nice because it did give us some nice redundancy. We could get back any of the other pieces later. If they did have a kill spell, they were going to use it on whatever we had gotten back anyway. And I think being able to deploy a cheap threat that turn was good. The spacecrafts have been doing really good work there. I really like that 7-drop one, so I'm glad we've been able to showcase that one a little bit in this draft. Great. This is, again, Hissing Quagmire to the rescue. We get our Hissing Quagmire down, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. We've got our Pinnacle Kill Ship, which is way more attainable because of all of our lander tokens we're going to be making. This card's going to get us some nice value as well. Okay, red-black, sure. Let's go into the red zone. Red-black has tons of removal this set. You also have to be a little bit tricky. You don't want to necessarily sack things on their turn because you don't want them to get void. We would love to draw a land here. They are likely to kill the Sea Ship Agrarian regardless, though. Do they have a land drop? Yes, they do. Do they have a good play? Debatable. So we will attack for 3. And then we will sacrifice this during our turn to make sure that they do not get void unnecessarily on any of their cards. Though, of course, we could wait till their end step, which I guess would also accomplish the same thing. So maybe a slight error. Okay. Now we can once again go to combat. Send in with the Wayfarer. This double block is totally fine for me. Oh, it's a single block. Interesting. Do we care about that? Probably. Let's exile it. It's like one of those things where it doesn't really matter, but it matters a little bit, and we get to keep our 3/3 and get rid of their 2-drop accelerant when they're missing land drops. Seems like an okay thing to do. Sure. Keep the pressure up. We can also play Monoist into Dubious Delicacy on something if we want. They probably have a way to kill this, which is unfortunate. If we had a land drop to be able to make it a 4/4, that would put it out of range of some things. Oh, they don't have a way to kill it. That's huge for us. No blocks. If we draw a land here, the game's just over, I think, right? Okay, we did not draw the land, of course. Why not? Because we can attack everything. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sure, they're chump blocking. We could play this, which hits as a 4-powered creature next turn. We could play this to kill this Kav Landseeker. The Monoist Sentry's not doing a ton for us here. This is an awkward spot. This is a key turn of the game. They have 4 cards in hand. What do I think they have? If they have 1 kill spell, we're at 6, which should be pretty safe, but I think this is a pretty safe line here. Kill the Kav Landseeker. It hits the hardest. Play the Sentry to give ourselves a little bit of extra defense. And then this thing can threaten to sacrifice to deal some damage to him. Gruntar. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So we play land. Are they dead? I think so. Because if we... maybe not. We can definitely attack with the Agrarian. Because they're at a functional 4. Hissing Quagmire is also an option. Okay, so we attack like this. They chump block. That's okay for me. I play the Voidforged Titan. I get my own cards. Their Territorial Gruntar is going to get them some cards. Okay, Diplomatic Relations should seal the deal for me. We'll see how it goes, though. Okay, they hit a relatively useless card here. Red Tiger Mechan. Vanishing Light, okay. They get rid of the Agrarian. Okay. So, Diplomatic Relations, kill the Gruntar, attack, attack, attack. They have to chump block, eat there. Kill Bruntar. Combat. Attack with everything. If they double block the Void Forge Titan, I kill them with the Delicacy. And if they just go like, eat this guy, chump this guy, they go to 4. And I'll draw a card from this. And I can sack a lander token. Yup, that's fair. Create another lander. End turn. Draw a land. Perfect. So I can sack this to gain 3 life as well if they were to pressure me too much. Okay. Sure. Man down, as they say. I do have this Quagmire. Molecular modifier, sure. Are they dead if they attack? I don't think. Not quite. No blocks. I don't need to chump block just yet. I can go get a swamp now, which will unlock my hand a little bit. I have 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, this gives it ward 1, so I can't use my kill ship on it just yet. I can attack them for 3, though. Force them to chump block. But first, I'd want to play this, I think. Let's play this. And play land. And play Comet Crawler post-combat. But first, we attack. This forces a chump block. Or a double block, I guess. Is there a way for them to get a giant flyer this turn? Or I'd want to save this thing. I think I'd rather just get the Comet Crawler out there. Most scenarios, this will be better. If they play... There's the one rare dragon. Is a 5-mana 4/5 flyer with haste, and they could have buffed that and put me to 1, which is a card I was thinking about. I can't think of any other huge ways to deal 6 to me in a turn. Okay, they're making it a battle. They are making it a battle for sure. Okay, play land. So now, I think I do kill the Elegy Acolyte, or I could kill the... Yeah, I think killing Elegy Acolyte makes the most sense. Then I attack with Comet Crawler just to prevent any shenanigans. This doesn't have first strike. No, it does not. Sack a lander token. I could have also attacked with Lash Whip Predator, I guess. Like, because it's a lethal threat, they would have had to chump block it. And I'm gaining so much life. Let's just crew up my spaceship. Yeah, crew up my spaceship now. I guess if they have a board sweeper, some of the board sweepers kill all the artifacts anyway. The one card that beats me, I think, that I could have played around is the 7-mana gain control of every creature, kill all the certain costs. Because if they gain control of all the odd cost ones, they would kill me there. Whereas if I hadn't fully crewed it, they wouldn't kill me there. So maybe I should have played around that. When you're that far ahead, you start thinking of the very niche things. But yeah, we're playing really well so far. We lost that one game to like pretty severe wreckage on our colors. But other than that, we've been playing real well. We're focused up. This is how you want to play at your FNM. If you're going to FNM, you go focus up. You play your game. You make sure your deck is consistent. And that's going to help you in many ways. We mulligan this hand. You have to be disciplined with your mulligans. This is a nice little keeper, though. We will get rid of the Comet Crawler, I think. Fell Graveship, I think, will be on the draw with a mulligan. Yeah, I think we want a little bit of value from the Fell Graveship. We just need to draw a creature, or we can just play this out blind. Perfect. Playing this blind does make our Seed Ship Agrarian a little bit better as well. Though we'd rather affect the board instantly. Wandering Fumarole into... Interesting. That is very intriguing. Are they able to double spell this turn is the question. They're just every color at once. Interesting. Blue-red into white into green into playing your cards on curve is crazy. Here comes the Galactic Wayfarer. Station Monitor is a little bit scary, but the Fell Graveship having lifelink and being a flyer does help a little bit with that. So I don't suspect them of having a combat trick. I think this is a pretty clear trade. We don't really want to go for diplomatic relations here anyway. Okay, we're going to get punished for this decision. Pretty severely. Killing that guy's a big deal. Yeah, because killing this thing wasn't a huge issue. Killing this thing's a big deal. That's why a card like this is a lot worse. Okay, no blocks. So hopefully we draw a land here, so we can crack this. Huge. That's a great draw. Play land. Our guy gets bigger. We can then... When it becomes tapped, create a lander token. Keeping a 4/4 back does seem valuable, though. While crunching in for 5. Let me sack this. The next turn we can double spell with these. They don't have a removal spell right now, or they didn't have one last turn. Yeah, let's do this. Kill this guy. Attack. We don't get another lander token. If they double block here, though, we're pretty happy. Might as well get in for the extra point of damage. Okay. 14-14. Their board state's probably slightly better. They've got all these colors to work with, which is scary. My hand is going to be pretty decent, though. Fell Graveship into Comet Crawler next turn will help me do a lot of stabilization work. Agrarian's probably not long for this world. I imagine it's dead from their 2 draw steps with their Halia. Or maybe they had a kill spell and they opted for Halia instead. Regardless, if they don't kill the Seed Ship Agrarian, I'm in real good shape. Because then the Graveship's getting crewed up. I can go like Graveship, get back, Galactic Wayfarer. Get this puppy on the road. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I should have played land first, so that's an error for sure. Always, always important to be double checking your I's and crossing your T's in these situations. I do think this is a scenario where playing the Fell Graveship makes the most sense, though. Mill our cards. Lash Whip Predator is interesting. If they play another creature, this card's going to be huge. I think I will take it. Then I'll play my land, which I know I should have done before to put them to 8. If I lose by 1 life point, that could be a factor for sure. And then I'm going to play my Comet Crawler. They could have a counter spell. And then I think it's worth using this. This is 2, 5, 9. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I won't be able to block Station Monitor, so I'm taking 2 more damage than I would have otherwise. Maybe more, and that's only if they can get the Wandering Fumarole active. I would like this more if they were at 8, but that's how it goes. You can't play perfectly all the time. You can just aspire to perfection. And again, you just got to be focused like a laser. Because that's how lasers work. They concentrate so focused that they can cut through steel, I think. I mean, if Iron Man is anything to judge by. Okay. So they attack for 5. I go to 9. I have this lifelinker in play. I've been pretty impressed by Comet Crawler. Oh, right. Halia gets to do that. Yeah, they get to draw an extra card as well. For sure, for sure. They have a Creeping Tar Pit as well. That's scary, because that thing's going to be unblockable. Potential 4 damage unblockable coming in. Okay, they're depressurizing the Comet Crawler. Edge Rover, sure. So, couple options here. I think we're going to play Lash Whip Predator. They kind of want to chump with this, I think, so they can get our mountain for their Wandering Fumarole. So let's just go Lash Whip Predator. Or, yeah, Lash Whip is going to be the best blocker here. Because it blocks everything. I might as well play the land first. Yeah. And remember, they will be able to block because this has reach, so we don't want to attack here. Okay, good to know about. Interesting move on their part when the double spell might have been pretty effective for them. Like, this card can help double spell. They could have got an extra 1/1. Creeping Tar Pit's gonna beat me this game, it looks like. If they were at 8, would that change anything? Not really. Okay, what are they gonna kill? Probably my Lash Whip Predator. That is a problem. Do they attack with everything? Do they attack more conservatively? Interesting. So if I block, they have 4, 8. If I block here, I go to 1, right? 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I go to 1. They'll draw a card. I don't think I can clear out 2 blockers, though, unfortunately. Even if I get infinite lands from my deck. Their deck was crazy to me. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can send in with the gang. Go to 4. If I do draw a kill spell off of this, then I'm alive, right? Yeah. Close, close. But yeah, now they just have to animate their Creeping Tar Pit. Yeah, definitely worth not conceding there. That's crazy though. Their deck just real weird mana base, weird spell choices kind of as well. They just were able to take over with this Halia. And if they didn't have Creeping Tar Pit, I think I would have won this game. That is the power of those cards. I could have also gone a little bit more aggressive, gotten the Void Forge Titan out earlier, drawn maybe one more card. But it's tough. It is indeed tough. Okay, they have everything in every color. They did have a red card in their deck. Kind of wild. Anyway, sometimes you're going to lose those games as well, where your opponent has either a very good deck of their own. I mean, I don't know exactly my opponent's deck. It seems a little bit greedy to me, but they maybe have crazy fixing I didn't see. But you're going to lose those games as well sometimes, where your opponent just plays a bunch of cards that are really high power level and you can't compete. And yeah, if I'd been able, I don't know if I mulliganed that game. I don't think I did. I think I just had like one of those hands that like plays 3-drop, plays 4. No, I did mulligan because I remember I put back my one of my 3-drops onto the bottom of my deck because I kept Lifelink Flyer. But that's another one of those games where it's like, okay, they got a little bit of extra card advantage. They were affecting the board state well. I don't know what their color situation was, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And now we're 3-2. We're just still battling, still doing our best. I think our deck is still good. We needed a couple more removal spells that game. Okay, we can keep this. It's not a great hand, but Siege of Agrarian's been doing pretty good work. Not having 2-drops and 3-drops is really stunting my ability to do well in these games, though, to some degree. It's like a huge issue. Okay. Okay, the Lash Whip Predator is online. I repeat, the Lash Whip Predator is online. Let's get him down. They probably have Banishing Light type cards, I imagine. No, they do not. So me being able to stabilize here and not take a huge hit is a game changer. They're also just playing pure green-white, which is also worth noting. This is where we turn the tide. We just chunk in for a giant piece of damage. Play this guy. And play this land. Just making growing threats here. You have to be able to turn the corner against these decks that are going to be able to get a flyer against you and then maybe kill your Lash Whip Predator. If you're too reliant on one individual card, okay. That is scary. Very scary indeed. Okay, are they going to put the counters on the flyer, aren't they? It's going to be a 9/9. Holy heck. Oh, that's the thing they're making big. Okay, well that's going to be perfect for me, actually. If this was a 9/9, it'd be a problem. I can see why they put it on this thing, but it's going to be bad for them now. Because now I can attack, make a lander, sack the lander, and then use Diplomatic Relations to kill it. Use this. I could have also turned Hissing Quagmire into a creature and killed it with that. Okay. So, yeah, pretty decent for us here, I'd say. Sure. We might have to start holding back our 5/7. And maybe we were already too aggressive with our attacking. Gosh darn it, I forgot to do it again. I forgot to play my land first. Huge error once more. They're chump blocking anyway. Okay, end the turn. We have Hissing Quagmire for a ground blocker. If they kill the Lashwhip Predator, we're in deep trouble. That is not an issue, though. They almost forgot I had the reach. Yep, just keep growing my guys. Depressurize. Cannot kill anything somehow. That's kind of wild. Let's just play out our guy. I think this is a safer line. Well, that's certainly gonna die. Okay. I should have used the Hissing Quagmire to deal with this one. I just totally moved too quickly. Yep, I could have killed the 8/8, I guess. Oh, I totally forgot that would be how that worked. They can put all its counters onto their flyer now. Oh, it's a bummer. Okay. Mistakes were made. Interesting. Well, that's a good one. And then it requires 8. Decline. I think I can still win this game, even with my blunder on the Hissing Quagmire. If they just attack with the Lava Scoutlander, I can block it. And if they attack with everything, I can block that and block something else and live. Perfect. Sure. I think we'll just keep it like this for now. We don't have to sacrifice something to draw 2 cards, even though, because this currently, yeah. Sure. That's what we need. A little bit of lander action. I guess I should have, yeah, that's a fair trade for them. Fell Grav Ship. Get back Seed Ship. Sack Greenhouse. Get back Greenhouse. I've got some cool lines coming up here. Oh, no. Well, that's what you hate to see. That is a lot of toughness. And power coming at me. I don't think it's enough, though. I'm glad I kept all my guys back. Easiest triple block of my life. I have 8, 14 power exactly. That's crazy. And I have more than 14 toughness. That's huge. Okay, that's also huge. Oh my gosh, this could be game changing. That's actually game, right? I kill this thing. Attack with everything. They go block my 2 biggest guys and they're dead. It would have been sweet, though, if I had to go Fell Grav Ship. So I have, let's just see, I have 12 mana, so I could have gone Fell Grav Ship, get back Seed Ship, Brood Tender, played Seed Ship, Brood Tender, sacrifice Seed Ship, Brood Tender to get back Greenhouse, to put a counter on all my guys, which would have also been lethal, right? No, because I have 4 guys, they have 3 blockers. Okay, let's just end this game. Kill the Fate Maker. They're at 5, so... yeah, I have. Go block. They're dead. Yep. Boom. We got the win. It was very dicey at times. Very dicey. I think we did it all right, though, in the end. We've gotten to 4 wins now. Pretty solid performance for the deck overall so far. Let's see. Are there any 2-drops we could include here to make this a little bit more... consistent? No, we could play this guy maybe, but I think overall we're probably pretty solid. This Biosynthetic Burst might actually be pretty solid as well. I don't know what we'd cut for it, though. Everything's been performing pretty well. Yeah. Biosynthetic might be better than a random 4-drop. Hard to say exactly. Okay, a game where we have one of our 1 or 2 drops is actually a game changer. Makes our deck so much easier to play when we're not just hugely on the back foot. So I like that a lot, the Monoist Sentry. Comet Crawler turn 3, turn 4 Grav Kill. Both our colors. This is a great hand. Oh. So they're just doing that for no particular reason. I respect it. Power play. The ultimate power move. Red-green. Okay. We will make this trade. These are the trades that you make with your random 1-drop that can't block. Okay. Change of plans. We're no longer blocking, because we can hold back the Weftstalker Ardent from attacking now. Let's play Comet Crawler here. The reason for that is that next time we can go Grav Kill, then we can attack with Comet Crawler, easily trigger our Void Titan on a key turn here. They didn't previously have a card that could block it effectively. Do I just kill the Weftstalker? I don't think so. Let's play the Galactic Wayfarer. Get more blockers into play. The next turn I can play Void Forge Titan, attack Comet Crawler, gain 4 life. Trade it with the Scrap Bot. Draw a card from the Void Forge Titan. Be in pretty good shape. Fell Grav Ship the following turn, get it back. Everything going as I foresaw. The Comet Crawler has been real nice for me in this. Oh my gosh, it's dead. It's gone. Poor Comet Crawler. Do they have another kill spell? They have a blue source now. That's kind of wild. Yeah, we're not going to put too much stock into it. Just play our cards out. Yep, we could have attacked with the Wayfarer. I don't really want to, though. It's very risky. Next turn, we're probably going to Grav kill something, maybe use the Lander token, and then play Fell Grav Ship. I don't even know. But we do want to make sure we trigger our Void Forge Titan while the getting's good. If they have a kill spell, they'll probably kill the Void Forge Titan. No, they kill our 4-1. And then they play that guy, okay. So we are going to be using our Grav kill here. Nicely done. Play our land. End the turn. They are out of gas. Yikes, that is not good for us. No, no, no. We do not like seeing that. That thing hits us dead in 2 turns. Not good at all. Yikes. Okay, so we have to find another kill spell. And we do not have a lot of time to do it. Okay, that is how you lose games sometimes. We can play Fell Grav Ship. Maybe we were supposed to save our... No, we... Oh. Pinnacle Kill Ship will get the job done. Are we dead if we do that, though? Yeah, I think so. Because we need to crew up this thing. Oh, you're so close. If only we could have drawn the Pinnacle Kill Ship or another Grav kill. Really, we used our first Grav kill on something relatively important. Yeah, we used it on the Vault Trooper. Okay. Yeah, so we shall enter into the breach, as they say. Attack with this guy. No need to sacrifice anything, I don't think. Actually, we can sacrifice the Wayfarer. We'll gain 2 extra life this way, which means this is not a 2-turn clock. Yep, the block I assumed they would make. We're in a little bit of dicey shape here. Comet Crawler again. We just need one more answer. One little kill spell. Ooh, that does it. That does the trick. Oh, yeah. I've never played a card faster. We can get back our 7/7 now. Oh, whoops. Never mind. We cannot get back our 7/7. Oh my gosh, the Chrome Companion got me. Chrome Companion got me. I played that very badly, too. Oh, I'm dead now. On board, I think, maybe. Okay, yeah. Not great. Oh my gosh. It wouldn't have really mattered. I had hope for a second, though. Gosh darn it. Even if I'd killed their galvanizing saw ship, I was still dead. Crazy. Crazy. I was doing my best, though. We were battling. This thing was just huge. I could have chumped it the previous turn. But yeah, the losses we had were fairly reasonable ones. They weren't like anything out of the ordinary. Our deck was solid, but nothing crazy. Like, I don't know if we had a single rare in our deck. I mean, like, we can check, obviously. Do we have any rares? Not that I see. So, like, going 4-3 with a rareless deck could have done a little bit better. I mean, we did lose that one game where we just didn't draw any... Oh, no, we do. We have the Hissing Quagmire. So, basically no rares. But yeah, this is just a good recipe for how you can build a solid deck, have a good plan, enact it pretty well. We needed a couple more 2-drops, I think. But overall, the deck, I think, functioned pretty well in acting its game plan and doing everything we needed it to do. So if you did find this helpful, if you enjoyed it, then in the comments section down below, leave hashtag Titan, because the Void Forge Titan was a nice little top-end card for our deck, and our deck did some pretty good stuff with the Titan. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.